All right, Keon Brown. It is August 1st, 2021. I want to thank you for being with us on Eagles Alumni Network and NCCU Live. I'm so grateful to be with you today. It's our last episode of our season 2. I think this is 26 episodes in the second season. We started this during the pandemic, all really to honor and acknowledge our NCCU alumni. So, man, thank you for an incredible season. Thank you for just being a part of this. We've got a really great show for you today. Before we do that, I got to just shout out to my boy, my team member, Basim Mateen, who got married recently. Want to give him a shout out, give a couple of pictures of him. Y'all know him. This is him. Let's see the show. His bride, Trish. And, I had to get a selfie in there, you know what I'm saying? A marital selfie. So congratulations to Bass and Trish, man. We love you and we appreciate you for all you do for NCCU Live. All right, let's get our first guest in from class of 2006. Let's see, Eva. Let's pull Eva in. Eva, you there?
What's going on, Keon?
What's up, Eva? Shout out to you and all the educators going back to work very, very soon. Man, this pandemic, this Delta variant, well, you're a Delta, but Delta variant. The Delta variant is now, just prevalent and really, almost forcing a new shutdown I'm seeing today in the news. You're an educator. Talk about what you've been doing since undergrad.
So I graduated in 2006, and then I graduated with an athletic training degree. So people that went to school with me knew I worked with the football team and a couple with the track team, and then did some off-campus stuff. And then I kind of didn't really want to go into the athletic training route. I knew I wanted to coach, and I still wanted to work with sports. So I went into education, and I've been teaching. I just finished my 13th year, going into my 14th year teaching PE. Went back home and taught for Rocky Mount for 3 years, and then I was in Raleigh for 8, and then I've been in Durham. Now I'm back at Hillside, so I'm down the street from Central. This will be my 3rd year at Hillside. So
excellent. We're glad you're still in the area. Talk about coming back to work. You said in almost 3 weeks you guys are going back in person, right?
Yeah, in person.
What kind of procedures are y'all going through to prepare for in-person instruction?
So we went back in person right at the end of the school year. We went back. The kids came back April 8th. We went back into the building in March. I shout out to Dr. William Logan, our principal at Hillside. He was on top of it, making sure we had everything straight. We had no shutdowns while we were there. Our athletic sports teams had no shutdowns the whole school year. You take temperatures when they come in. You look sick, you sound sick, you're going home. Like we're masking up. We're doing everything we can. Last year was like 14 kids in the classroom, no more than 14. This year, from what our superintendent has sent out at the end of the school year, we're going back full blast. But like you said, the Delta variant has come in, and we just, they haven't sent anything out. But I'm sure within the next couple of weeks, we will be getting some information about how things will go.
I want to ask you about just being a Black woman in education, how important that is, and what you're seeing as I've heard there's a shortage in teachers. How has that impacted you, and what have you seen?
So the shortage, I can only speak for North Carolina. The shortage is, pay. That's our biggest issue is, we do so much, but our pay is so little. The things we're doing at night and at home, and teachers are staying till 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night at school, working on stuff just for the kids. And then it was probably quadruple that during the pandemic. It's vitally important that we get we re-energize kids to be teachers, because we need them. We need people that care about our kids and understand that these kids, everybody, whether you're Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, all these children are going through something, and you just have to have a little bit This takes a little bit to give them 5 seconds to make them feel important.
I love that. I'm asking a lot of people coming out of the pandemic, what are you clear about? What kind of clarity have you achieved during the pandemic, guys? That we thought it was over, but it's continuing. But what are you clear about now, Eva?
Yeah, so it's crazy. Me and one of my line sisters were kind of talking about this the other day. Like, it's clear that, like, family's important, our friendships are important, communication is important, but at the same time, like, we don't run this. Like, that's what's clear. Like, there's a plan, there's a higher power, and he's got a plan, and we out here trying to run something, and he's like God got a plan, and we got to just kind of slow our rolls and do what's asked of us. So that's what's clear.
I love that. I love that. We ain't in charge here. Last question before we bring Jock in. How did NCCU find you?
So a lot of people know that, like, I'm a third generation Eagle. So my mom and dad went to Central. They did not meet at Central. They met after my dad graduated from Central at his graduation cookout. But my mom's parents also went to Central and lived 2 blocks down the street. So I grew up always knowing that Central was right there. But everybody knows, I knew Nancy Rowland when I was a little kid. We used to go to basketball games, and she said, "You're coming to Central. You're coming to Central." And then Luann and my mom are line sisters. And Miss Luann, I remember my first night on campus, she introduced me to somebody. She said, "I've known this girl since she was an egg, and she was coming here." So Central found me, as Miss Luann said, before I was really thought about.
Look, anytime you say Nancy Rowland, Terry Rowland, Luann Evans Harris, we already know we have no choice but to say yes.
Absolutely. And I didn't want to come to Central, because everybody kept saying, "Oh, you're going to Central, you're going." But Ms. Luann makes it really hard when she brings you in the open house, and she makes sure that your classmates from the year before are all in your face, showing you everything. I was locked in once I saw all my friends from the year before, like, doing big things on campus. So.
Indeed. All right, Eva Penny, thank you for being here. Congratulations to you. We honor you today. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, stay around, Eva. We're going to bring you back in after we get Jock in here, okay?
Cool.
All right, Eva Penny, 06, my classmate. Come on. Like we said, man, that old Luann Edmund Harris, we appreciate her. Terry Rowland, love you. Her mom, Nancy Rowland, man, these are legends at NCCU. You have no choice if you hear those names. All right. Our next guest, let's bring in Jock. Jock, you there?
Yeah, what's going on, man? What's going on, Eagle family?
Come on. Jock here. I haven't seen Jock in a long, long time. This is like homecoming every week, Jock. So what's up?
Oh, man, just working and being a father, man. That's all I can do.
Congratulations on that. Now, where have you been and what have you been up to since undergrad?
Shoot, since undergrad, man, just working. I did do a little teaching at Calvary Child Ministry Academy for a while. I left there, and then I came over here to, at the time, it was Time Warner Cable, and it's now Spectrum Cable. We got bought out. And I've been here since then, since 2007.
Now, tell me a little bit about how you found NCCU or how NCCU found you.
I was doing the intern at GlaxoSmithKline at the time, and there was a young lady who was a scientist, Catherine Kilpatrick. I still keep in contact. She asked me one day, she's like, "What you gonna do when the summer's over?" And I'm thinking, I'm just gonna go ahead and work for the local Parks and Rec. So I get a job as a lifeguard, and then I bump into Brian Ray. And if you know Brian Ray, you know he's gonna hold you accountable for everything you do. So throughout that summer, Brian Ray was just asking all of everybody, like, "What y'all gonna do? What y'all gonna do? What school you going to?" So I told him one day, I said, "Man, I applied for college, but I gotta take the test." At the time it was like the ACT. He was like, "Well, you're gonna take it, you're gonna pass it, you're gonna go to school." So I was like, "All right, cool, whatever." Took the test, passed, and Brian has been on my shoulders ever since then. So that's how I found NCCU.
That's another name, Brian Ray. That's another one, legend. Absolutely, man. That's exciting. I want to ask you about the pandemic and specifically you being at Spectrum, and then this that's a critical piece of all of our lives, Wi-Fi, cable, all of that. What have you found during your time during this pandemic at work?
Uh, well, I mean, I've been working from home, but basically what's been critical is making sure a lot of kids that were out have internet services and have the services. And we did a great program where we was giving internet services away for free to the underprivileged families, where the kids could have the Wi-Fi to log into the online learning processes and things like that. And I wish that we still had that program going, but once kids got out of school, it kind of phased out. And like as for the pandemic and being a father, man, I'm really, really hesitant about my child being around a lot of people. Like if you follow me on social media, you know it's just me and my daughter all the time when I'm off work. You know what I'm saying? Not saying there's not other people in her life, but when I'm off work, it's me and my daughter. I'm superly overprotective of her and who touches her, who around her. You know, like this people are taking this thing lightly. And with this new Delta variant coming out and people are getting sick and things like that, I mean, you got to grab hold of this thing and do the right thing. Um, when they say get vaccinated, get vaccinated. If it's your health that's causing you not to get vaccinated, do the proper things like wear a mask and wear gloves. Do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? And you got some people out here that's not doing that. That's the thing that's hitting home.
Now, Jacques, I know you are super cautious about your family. Now, are you the person who carries around with the disinfectant spray and you're spraying down your daughter before she goes in anywhere? You one of those guys, you spraying her down?
No, I haven't went that far, but I am the dad that if we go to the playground, I will take a wet wipe out and just wipe it down before she get out there and start playing. So yeah, I'm that dude.
Well, that's good. That's good. I'm almost there. Look, when I go to the planes, I ask to give you one wipe. I ask for two. So, I need to wipe down my entire space,
Listen.
So this Delta variant is crazy. I saw in the news this morning that, the president is considering the second shutdown. What will that mean for you and your world?
Well, me and my world, I'm just going to go back home. My first day back into the office was July 19th. And the only thing I'm going to do is just go back home and just stay quarantined, keep away from people and stuff like that. But, like I was listening to the earlier part of the interview and like Eva said, family and friends, man, like that's the most part. That's the thing that's going to hurt because my family is huge. And I'm used to seeing my family almost every week or every other week or talking to them, but just not, if you're not physically able to touch them and stuff like that, that's going to be the hurtful part.
Indeed. Well, Jacques Mitchell, class of 03 from NCCU, man, thank you for being here, and we're proud of you. We're honoring you today.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
All right, let's bring Eva back in. Let's bring her in. There you go. It's a great day to be an NCCU Eagle, people.
Eve.
What's going on, Jacques?
Jacques, adjust yourself just a little bit. Adjust your cameras a bit so you can get in the middle of the frame. Just so you can be in the middle. There we go. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here on our season 2 finale. Two of my classmates from the golden era of NCCU. That's what I call it, 2000, 2006. That's the golden era. So we were talking about things that we're clear about coming out of the pandemic. What's one thing that you would want to tell people that you learned during your experience? I mean, we'll have a final thought later, but I'm interested in specifically coming out of the pandemic and facing another shutdown. What would you say to folks? Eva?
From an educator standpoint, like we were all in our minds thinking, oh, this will never work, but it did. So don't knock it till you try it. I'm a PE teacher that taught the computer. I tell my friends all the time, I taught the computer for 180 days. it wasn't the funnest thing I could ever do. And I don't necessarily want to do it again, but if that's what's set for me, I'll teach the computer for another 180 days. So don't knock it till you try it.
Now, I took many a HIT classes virtually over Zoom. And now, Eva, are you the PE teacher who's like, I see you, Jacob, right there. You need to.
I am.
I need.
I am that one. I'm the one yelling, Miguel, get your knees up. Miguel. I'm in there. Like, I'm in the screen. Like, I don't, your screen's black. Turn it on.
Indeed. Yes, we need that. I pray for not another lockdown because I don't want that. I need to be in person. It's a different experience, Eva. It's a different experience. Specifically, physical activity. I mean, anyway, you're a trooper for that. Jacques, what would you tell folks?
Shut it down, man. Shut it down. I'm all for shutting it down again and getting people under control because they're not taking it serious. Like, you got Instacart, you got Uber Eats, you got delivery stuff that can help you out, man, if you need essentials. But shut it down, get this place under control. You don't have to give out checks because people can't work virtually, but just shut it down, bring it back under control, and make people understand this is serious, man.
Now let's talk about difficult conversations, right? And I don't want this to all be about the pandemic, but it goes into politics. It goes into deep-seated this mask thing. And you saying is people aren't taking it seriously. How do you have difficult conversations? I know you. Eva, you're an educator. Jacques, you're dealing with people who, what if you have to do a service call or you have to go into somebody's crib and they don't want to wear their mask? And it's just like, how do you have difficult conversations with people who don't agree with you or don't share your viewpoint, specifically on vaccinations, etc.? We'll start with Jacques.
Well, me personally, I don't go in people's homes. That's us. But we do have technicians that actually go out into the customers' homes and things like that. And they're expected to have covering and to follow the CDC guidelines. If I did have to go in people's home, I would try to possibly apply for another position because I don't foresee myself going to somebody's home at this point with the pandemic. I don't see it.
I had somebody come do to fix some stuff, and I mean, they looked like they came in with a hazmat. I mean, it was black. It had Spectrum on it. It was like a hazmat. Man. I was like, I didn't do it.
Spectrum guy, I hit him with hand sanitizer when he came in my house. I was like, I'm gonna just spray you down.
So yeah, basically, I'm the guy on the back end and say, hey, take this order. You go ahead and go handle your business, and I'll stay back and watch you. I'm watching you from the office. So yeah.
And what about you, Eva? Because, education is very dicey when it comes to, you're a frontline worker. So are you, Jacques.
Yeah.
Educators are frontline workers. How are you managing these conversations with your colleagues / friends / being collegial /
So with colleagues, I think we were all pretty much on the same. We were already, we were all on the same mindset, like do what we got to do to get back to work. And there was some that said they didn't, and I think some had their personal reasons, and my response was always, it's your personal choice. But because of that, like, I know for a fact in my department there was one person who was choosing, but she was very upfront about the fact that she was choosing not to. So our department worked as a team to make sure we were all vaccinated, but we were masked up at all times just because we wanted to take care of her. And then, like, with, I teach high school kids, and they just have a different mindset. Like, they're, when you're from 15 to 25, you're invincible. Like, nothing's going to stop you. And the conversations I had with those, really my seniors, like, you got to think about, if you want to sit at home for another year with your mom and daddy, go out there and do what you want to do. But if you want to actually be able to go to college and actually get the full experience, you got to do the little things. And a lot of our kids were very adamant about going to get their vaccinations. We had quite a few students get vaccinated, and we had a testing site on campus. So,
wow. Yeah, these students are not trying to be under their parents 24 hours a day ever again.
And I promise the parents are not trying to have them.
Right. I agree, Eva. I agree.
Jacques, I'm going to tell you, it's an exclusive. you better do a handwritten thank you card with a nice little gift for your teachers, or you're gonna have to be a substitute.
Listen. I got time for that one. By the time my baby get to a point where she needs to go to school, we'll be at home for good. We'll be at home for good. Now, right now she goes to my aunt's house, and it's just her and my aunt. They have one-on-one time, so I'm not too pressed on her having to be around a lot of people. But yeah, when she gets to that point where she becomes school age, most definitely I'll be writing handwritten notes, sliding the little hand wipes and those Bath and Body Work hand sanitizers in the little appreciation bag.
Eva, did I hear you say you're up for gifts? You receive gifts?
I will. Teachers like gift cards to Starbucks.
Duly noted.
Oh yeah.
All right, I want to take a housekeeping moment just to say this is time for the Eagles Give Challenge. Eagles Give Challenge. This is where we talk about making a recurring gift to the university via eaglesgive.com. It's really, really simple. All you got to do is visit eaglesgive.com and make a recurring gift to the university. Even if you don't have a particular department or a fraternity or sorority endowment to give to, you can always give it to the annual fund. It provides soft funding for the university to use as they need it. Now, Eva, I have to ask you guys. I'm going to ask you guys. Will you, Eva, make a recurring gift to the university?
Yeah, I started last year, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you kind of sent me a text. So.
Yeah. Who was that? Somebody. A matter of fact, somebody did send out a link. Was it you, Keon? Like,
yeah, it was Keon.
Like, yo, yeah, make sure y'all donate. And I'm like, all right. And then you know what? Nikki Green. Shout out to Nikki Green. She's 2021 president. And she from Charlotte, and she mentioned it too. She was just like, yo, what you gonna do? You gonna donate? What you gonna do? Like, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get on the ball and make sure I, do what I got to do. Cause yeah, man.
You and Kenza both hit me from like both sides, and shout out to Kenza McFadden because she sent me a message. Keon sent me a message. I was like, oh, okay. My mom also was sending messages, so my parents are like, they graduated in the early 80s, so they were both.
Yeah,
my mom was
on it.
Yes, yeah. And congrats to Nikki Davis Green again. She's a newly elected president of the local chapter there in Charlotte of the Alumni Association. So, and thank you for that, Jock. If you're not yet a member of the Alumni Association, you can go to nccualumni.org and you can join the NCCU Alumni Association. Of course, like we said before, eaglesgive.com takes you directly to a very easy form. Look, if you can pay your cell phone bill or your Spectrum bill or whatever bill on your phone on an app, man, NCCU has made it so easy to make a recurring gift to the university. Look, HBCUs, matter of fact, huge news that the university has forgiven over $10 million of the last
man, that was
semester,
big.
Yeah, I saw that. I got an email about it. That was really big.
I did this show because I didn't think that the university got national attention, and again, we did not get national attention, so I'm going to push that quite a bit. If you guys can share that story and tell as many people as possible, this is a major thing that the university has done internally to make that happen, and I commend our leadership for that. Cool. And we're also celebrating 111 years. We had a birthday. Happy birthday, NCCU, 111 years of truth and service.
Keon, you know what we should do for homecoming for the 100-year birthday anniversary? Let's bring back a duo. Let's try to get alumni to bring back a duo group.
Okay.
And have like a huge block party on campus. Kids, everybody invited, and just let Pooh, Tay have at least an hour. I'm challenging Keon to see if Keon can make this work.
Okay.
You want to make it a 10:40 break? You challenge me.
10:40
break.
Okay.
There you go. So
let me get this right. You're trying to get. Did you say little brother? You said a duo. Because you broke up a little bit. You talking about little brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be that. I'm not saying I can make it happen. I'm saying I'm challenging you to see if you can make it happen.
Wow, Jock. Now, you know Jock. Now, if Jock is passing it to me, then that means
Yeah.
this
But
is
that'd
serious.
be good. It's just like it'll be like a big old family reunion.
Yeah.
Trying to get Sunshine. Maybe Sunshine Anderson will come back too.
Well, they'll all come back. But will they perform? That's the piece. They will come and be in somebody's tailgate with their Eagle stuff from Sam's Club.
Come on now.
Sam's Club got all the stuff now. Everybody gonna have a cooler, and everybody gonna have everything from Sam's Club now. As you see, we'll see.
Y'all, listen, that blew me. Sam's Club. I challenge Sam's Club to give money back to Central because that
For sure.
blew me. That blew me. That really blew me.
Well, in
like,
a great way,
stuck,
right?
Like,
yeah.
I'm like, it's sold out. Every time it's sold out. But okay, all right.
Yeah. And, Target used to have NCCU stuff there in Durham. I still fly into RDU and never see stuff in the airport. I always see NC State and Carolina and stuff like that. But we have to request it. Man. Anyway, I think the pandemic, boosts sales because, as you said, people are buying stuff. So I'm grateful for that.
Right.
All right. Well, we're coming to a close to this last episode of our NCCU live show for our second season. I want to get you guys your last thoughts. So prepare for that, your final thoughts, something that you want people to go away with this show, knowing and understanding and believing. So before you do that, I just want to say, and Eva brought up Kenza McFadden. I want to say, Kenza, we want to say thank you for being a part of this team as one of our executive producers and our talent coordinator. She's the one that makes sure that all these people are on the show and confirmed and prepared. And now I'm prepared. She texted me, making sure I'm on. This is Kenza McFadden's show. I'm just the host. And so I appreciate Kenza for just stepping in and supporting us in this way. Also want to shout out Ben. You okay now? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me okay now?
Yeah, you're good.
I got a phone call. Sorry. So I want to thank Kenza McFadden, Bass Mateen, and also Brandon Draper for jumping in with our team. I just want to make sure I take time on this last episode of our second season. This is all of our supporters. Thank you for watching. If you want to be a part of this show, all you got to do is DM us, shoot me an email, eaglesalumninetwork@gmail.com if you want to be on the show. The prerequisite is that you join the Alumni Association and make a recurring gift to the university. That's really what it is. We're honoring you, and then we get to honor our university. That's what it's all about. All right, so that's my spiel. Thank you guys for watching this. We're taking a break for the month of August. We'll be back in September. Look for those announcements. And so that's my spiel. And now I'm going to yield to our first lady of our show tonight, Eva Penny. What are your final thoughts?
Well, I just want to, I know it's not a shout out, but I want to shout out Spring 04, Alpha Lambda Spring 04, and then just Alpha Lambda in general. Shout out to everybody that's here watching. My final thoughts are, just make every day special. Like, with this pandemic, we've seen that we've all been locked down. So the time that we do have with our friends and our family, like make it important and make fitness a part of your everyday life, or I'll come find you.
Thank you for that, because she'll be on a Zoom call like, what you doing? All right.
Our line sisters know.
All right. Jacques, final thoughts.
Listen, my final thoughts, man, live every day to your fullest. As we can tell with this pandemic, people are losing lives and people are losing family members and people getting sick. So, just take care of yourself. Live every day to your fullest, but be careful while doing that. Don't take things for granted and just smile. And I have this motto that I've taken from this YouTuber. And he says, "You're beautiful. You're one of a kind. Keep smiling." So my thing is just smile. No matter what you're going through, smile. The good man upstairs is always watching.
Absolutely.
Man, thank you for that. Jacques Mitchell from the class of 03 and Eva Penny from the class of 06. Thank y'all for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Y'all remember to join the Alumni Association and love one another. I think you guys said some marvelous things. I'll leave it at that. Man, I just love this. It's like homecoming every week. Remember that an eagle is no common, ordinary barnyard fowl. And what we like to say on this show is that you belong at NCCU. You belong here. All right. Take care, guys. Until September of 2021, enjoy your time. Be safe. Do what you got to do, what's best for your family. Make those decisions, and then lock down and just really do what you got to do to be safe in this next season. All right. We love you. Take care, guys.
All right.